Hey, this is the Click with Tiara, and today we have local artist Coco B.
What's good?
So why don't you go ahead and tell the viewers what you do before we get started?
My name is Coco B. I am a female lyricist, MC, rapper, whatever you want to call. I rap, I do spoken word, and I also do poetry. And I take the word lyricist seriously because I feel like the game is missing content and delivery, so I'm really about, my craft.
Okay, so where are you from?
I'm from San Diego, California, SD. I'm born and raised, and I'm out here in IE for school. I go to Cal State, and yeah.
Okay, does being from San Diego have anything to do with the type of music you do? Is there any influence out there?
I think in general, like, I'm very, very Cali. I smoke a lot of weed. I'm very chill, and I just kind of exude, like, I think that Cali vibe. But a lot of people tell me, like, in my voice when they hear my certain songs that I sound East Coast, so it's cool. But I think from being from SD and going out to the IE is a different experience because it's not as lively, I guess.
Out here?
From my experience.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So San Diego's better.
It's not better in a sense, it's just not as active, I feel, in this certain area that I live in IE.
Okay, so first I want to talk about your mixtape, Exposed.
Mm-hmm.
You have 8 tracks on that song. When did you actually drop that mixtape?
I dropped that mixtape January 25th of this year, and I'm so proud of it. It took a lot of mental energy, really. And I was just so eager just to get it out because I was going through so much shit. And I'm like, there's no greater time to put something out as when you're going through it. It's the realest, it's the purest. So, I really love that project to death.
Yeah, and going through all that stuff, that had a lot of impact on your album, huh?
Yeah.
Or your mixtape, right?
A lot of impact, so I feel like I put my soul into it. So I hope people could feel it when they listen to that,
Okay. Well, I actually have the CD here, and this is a cover. So I wanted to ask, like, what does the cover mean to you? Because, I see you in a bathtub, kind of almost
looking
drowning,
crazy.
Like, what's going on? Does that have any, like, personal feel to it?
Yeah, I love the cover because I feel like it's just like a perfect display and example of how I was feeling and what I was going through at the time. The images represent like a story, the beer bottle, from the pills, from the, what else is in there? Not even remember right now. Oh, the knife, the drowning feeling, the slits in the dress, like everything is a symbol of kind of like destruction. But what I think people like tend to forget or don't notice is that the borders are like diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very I guess contradicting to what's going on in the middle. And I use that to symbolically kind of really put out the fact that, you could be going through whatever and you could still come out on top, like let your downfall, whatever you're struggling through, bring you to your full potential, so I really wanted to exude that in the cover.
So a few songs off of the mixtape I want to talk about were Crush, Everyday, and Monique. So I'll start with Crush. I like that because it's deep and it's real. So it's about you, crushing on someone, obviously. What, if you don't mind me asking, what is your relationship status?
Very single.
Okay.
Single and focused.
Single and focused, I like that. So if you want to go ahead and talk about that song.
Crush, it's really about, I think it's more than the title itself, but you kind of see it and you hear it and you listen to it. But I feel like, Crush is really inspired off of me trying to, connect with someone that. Crush was inspired for me to connect with someone that offered more than, a physical attraction or sex, poetically, I think I was just kind of speaking on You know, I want somebody to really be down for me and to really, know my favorite color, know what I like, know what I don't like, you know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of females can relate to that. So I really did that track for the ladies, because I feel like we all kind of want that, like, I guess, perfect boyfriend or perfect, situation. And sometimes it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to see if somebody can even, like, want to be that for us. So Crush is really like, trying to just express how I feel and what I want, and what I'm tired of. It's just like a emotional track with a little flow to it.
Yes. Okay, so next, the song Every Day. It's the first song on your mixtape. Mm-hmm. Is there a method to your madness? Is there a reason that one is the first song?
Yes, I think when people see the cover, they kind of think like this shit is kind of crazy, so Every Day, I feel like kind of will surprise everybody when they tune in because it's real live, it's real turned up. Yeah. And again, with the contradiction, or not really contradiction, I was just trying to, the beat is real like, lively, but, I think my lyrics is real like, I feel like they're lively too, but the lyrics really tell a story. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just not like, hey, we're in the club, off the hen or popping pills or whatever. Like, I'm really like kind of like inviting you guys into my world. So mm-hmm. I really love that track because I actually wrote that track when I was getting evicted out of my apartment. Okay. So it was just like a lot of, energy, a lot of like pain, but still like, even though I'm about to get kicked out, I wanted to go party, and turn up. So, it was real, so,
Yeah. And I could hear the realness in the track. Your voice goes really well with the beat, like you kind of like you can feel like the passion, the way you rap, Yeah. Like you can hear the tone of your voice and like how it changes. And you do that in a few of your songs. So that's really cool because most people just rap to spit it and let it out. And there's nothing wrong with that, but the way you rap, your delivery is so unique. Like it's really cool because sometimes when it's like deep, your voice gets kind of harsh too, Yeah. And I like that a lot. It reminds me of Absol a little bit.
Yeah. I love Absol. Yeah. A lot of people tell me that when it's to my music. Like they look at me like I'm so Cali, I'm so calm, but I'll snap on the track or whatever. So like it's like that's my alter ego when I'm in that studio. Like I'm really putting in what's in my mind and what's in my heart into my voice. So hopefully that'll separate me from a lot of other rappers. So.
Yeah. Okay. And then the third song I want to talk about off the mixtape is Monique. If you want to go ahead and tell people what that song's about.
Monique, that's my baby, man. That's like my first like record. I feel like I'll be comfortable sending that to whoever in the industry. But Monique is deep, man. I feel like Monique is a story that every girl can relate to, especially in the urban communities. Monique is really about a young lady that's really a product of her environment, wherever she's growing up in, usually in urban communities, is more so labeled as destruction, poverty, all that bad stuff. So along with that comes, bad choices, decisions with, primarily men doing things you don't want to do just to, kind of please them or, not having self-confidence in yourself to say no. And, it doesn't have to really be with men. It could be with, like, everything in life. So Monique is really, like, about, finding yourself and doing what you want to do and, making your own way. And I feel like everybody knows Monique, and I feel like I was Monique at a time in my life, and I feel like guys can be Monique, maybe we could change the name to Maurice or something.
Yeah, we're all Monique.
We all Monique, you know what I'm saying? Monique is, I hold it dear to my heart, because, I have a lot of friends that are Monique, that was Monique, and it's just, I just feel like it's really inspirational, you know. So.
It is really empowering. It's real, you know, it's not sugar-coated. It's like telling you how it is. And coming from another woman, that's really helpful. Because sometimes you hear it from other male rappers, you know, talking about fix yourself, you know, and all that stuff. But we're not hearing that. We need another woman to tell us about herself. So let's talk about your spoken word piece, the N-word.
Yeah.
Who or what kind of crowd is that directed to? What made you even write that spoken word?
I wrote that initially because on campus we had an event for Black History Month. I was asked to speak or recite a piece, and they gave me all these options, but then I heard the N-word, and I was like, ooh, that's powerful, you know, because a lot of people, you know, have controversy about that word. So, what I want, and I know I say it a lot too, so it made me really think about what I was saying, and you know, who I was affecting and all that stuff. So I thought to myself, it would be dope to kind of like use it and flip it multiple ways every time I use it. Like use it in a, you know, derogatory term, use it in a like a positive term, you know, use it in a, you know, a comfortable or a casual term, like kind of using it, even using it back to the old slavery days when, you know, we used to get called that by, you know, the master or whatever. So I just played with it in different ways that it affects people and that it's receptive towards. So I thought it was a great, like, creative activity for my mind and for my lyrics. So I just like to, you know, keep things flowing. I don't like to stay stale. But I feel like I don't know, that's probably one of the most lively pieces of work I wrote, I think. Because, you know, it's no beat.
Yeah, it was real up.
It's no nothing. Like, you're not in the studio. Like, you can't hide behind nothing. You just have to give it real. So, you know, I think, you know, I did that.
So you want to go ahead and spit something from me from your song Conscious Cipher?
Most definitely. Scared of black off a nigga, now he got Villa-Lago. My bars gold mines, got niggas calling me Waldo. Bitches always claiming things that they fucking borrow. I got a side, but my main stay up in Chicago. Pockets fat, suitable to pay some condos. Dollar flow when I spit, it's like you hit the lotto. I'm with your nigga and we rolling in this Monte Carlo. I like I'm Johnny Deep up in my seat, Jack Sparrow. Most bitches don't be talking about shit. Always trying to rap about they stupid clique. You superficial hoes got me standing on my tippy toes. My flow murderous, baby bullet hoes. YSD trying to play me and shit. Like I ain't making that sound. Like I ain't running this town. Like I ain't got my windows up while I'm blowing that loud. Like I ain't pissed the fuck off because they killed Mike Brown. Nigga, black people keep your head up. I swear we gotta do better. I'm so fed up. Ride if you gotta, but make sure your bread up. I'm going hard for my color and I can't let up. Harriet taught me something, so I'ma butt my Tubman. Douglas fought for something, so fucking all y'all judgment. High shit, look what the black girl done started. Malcolm, I'm an X the world, I'm a King my Martins. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
So when did you start writing? When did you know you were like, all right, I'm gonna do this?
Man, I think I've always like wrote, but I never like, I guess, it never captured me the way it does now until I got really depressed and really sad. You know, when I was living in Arizona, I was in a bad situation, living wise and being on a team. I was on a basketball team, and I just really, you know, just didn't like anything that was happening. You know, and I was thinking to myself every day, you know, what the hell am I gonna do to like reverse how I feel every day when I wake up? And so instead of like just having all this negative energy kind of like weighing me down every day and driving me nuts, you know, I just started writing. And then a lot of times it wouldn't be just like, oh, I need to write. It's like I need to flow. Like sometimes it's like I need to like drag this lyric out, you know, drag this whatever out so I could feel a little bit more better. You know what I mean? Like I never got like enough of that shit. So it just really took over into a state of mind to where it's like, hold up, that's kind of dope. Let me like make it rhyme. You know, I felt like a movie. Like I was just like, I was just putting shit together. So
It's real.
Yeah, it was dope, and it all came out of a negative place, so it just like baffles me to like think like what would have done if I just stayed negative, and didn't think outside of the box and had no faith, had no hope, into like whatever I was going through. So I just started doing that, and before I know it, I was up in my dorm like rapping, like it was all poetry at first, definitely, but I just started saying, oh, this is dope, or let me say it like this, or no, let me say it like this, like just really kind of being weird in your own vibe, and start putting stuff together, start hearing beats, and it just kind of really like came like magic, and
almost natural.
Yeah, it was natural. It was really natural, and I loved it, and I started loving it more than texting people back, going on Facebook or whatever, keeping up with the junk. Yeah, it really just like took over my life, and I just fell in love with it. So,
So you want this as a hobby, profession? Is this something like you just used to escape? Like, what are you trying to do with this?
I think I used it to escape at first, but now I think I use it to breathe and to live. I don't know what I would do without it. So I want it to always be a part of me. I really want to go big and do the damn thing, but I know that takes time and it takes a lot of work on my end, but which I'm willing to put in, which I'm doing right now. So I really want to take it that route. I don't want no limitations. I don't want nobody to marginalize me. I want to really do this, and so I want to save hip hop, honestly, because I feel like the game is drowning right now. Like I'm trying to throw a floaty right now.
I'm with you on that one.
So and I don't think it's really on no. I'm not trying to be overly confident or conceited or anything. I just really believe in like what I do and what I stand for.
You have to believe in yourself.
Yeah, it starts with you, and I learned that. I can't, think I'm so dope and then come up to people and like get all shy when they ask me to spit. It doesn't make sense. So, I have to keep believing in myself, but then I have to keep producing work for people to believe in me. So I think if I, stay on that track, then who's gonna stop me?
Yeah.
But I want to definitely pursue that, but I also have a lot of different. Interests as well. I'm going to school. I'm majoring in English on a creative writing track. So,
okay.
Yeah,
that's helpful.
Yeah, very helpful. I'm so thankful for my poetry class. It's like they put things in perspective as structure-wise, really, for me. Because I was like all over the place, like didn't know how to like, reframe things, and so poetry classes helped me a lot. My fiction writing classes. I'm also I added a minor, so I want a minor in philosophy and law, so that helps me think a lot too, and like structure things out as far as business wise on everything I'm doing.
So two tracks I also wanted to bring up. One of them was your newest, the Conscious Cipher.
Yeah.
You want to go ahead and talk about that for a little bit?
Conscious Cipher, man. I really love that track. It's just really like it's really a Cypher vibe, so it's not a lot of like effects on my voice or anything like that. It's just straight like let me spit, fix it up a little bit so it can be clear, but it's just really kind of like a freestyle or like an old school like we back in New York in the 60s or 70s type of like spit on the block. I'm just really bringing up a lot of issues. I guess not a lot of issues, but a few issues in our society. As a Black person, and then also, but still trying to have fun with it and give my little swag to it. So I think it's like a mix up of a lot of emotions, but you can still like ride to it. So,
Okay, another bumping type song you had was "Don't Lie." Now they were not close in relation, but "Don't Lie," that was like kind of hard, bumping, like kind of party scene. I like that, featuring Too Much.
Yeah, shout out to Too Much, my dude. Don't Lie was fun. I was just like
the video,
sitting back, like the video, the track when we made it. We was up in the studio turn, so I had a lot of fun. Everybody that was in the video, check out the videos on YouTube too, by the way. everybody was having fun. Like all that was like, it wasn't staged, you know. Like
Yeah.
we had drinks, you know. We had, you know, people that didn't know each other that at the end of the shoot they got their numbers and now they, you know, hooking up, you know, whatever. Like
Yeah.
it's all fun, you know.
Okay.
A lot of fun, yeah.
Where do you usually record your music video?
We shot Monique in San Isidro, right, very close to the border, right by Mexico,
Okay.
right in SD. You know, and the other places we shot was very local within the city. I don't really like capitalize on trying to shoot things in certain like areas.
Mm-hmm.
I always just kind of like look at a scene or a vision, you know, wherever I'm at. Like even if I'm like by a dumpster or something, like a bunch of trash or poverty, I'm like, man, this looks kind of dope if we like, you know, incorporate like an angle or a vision, because I direct on my videos too.
Oh, okay, good
So
stuff.
yeah, I'm very like a imagery visionary type of person.
Yeah.
So I feel like anything can be made into something dope. It's just the way you go about it.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't ever want to like feel like I have to like, you know, go bring out something that's like $1,000 or whatever. It's just like, man, you just gotta, you know, use your creativity. You know?
Yeah. That's what's up. Have you performed yet at all?
Yeah, I performed a few times.
Okay.
I performed at school a lot. I did like I think at least 4 or 5 performances here for Black History Month or poetry night. Or even I do public speaking as well. Spoke about sex trafficking.
Okay.
At this event here. So yeah, I try to get in where I fit in, or
Yeah.
you know, where somebody, you know, wants me to. I performed in SD. We have this thing called Beat Barbecue,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a bunch of old school like type of cats there, and everybody kind of like hops on the mic and spits and does a cipher or whatever. So yeah, I try to like, you know, I'm slowly getting into that route. I'm just like real like studio based right now,
Yeah.
or was. So I want to do way more though.
Okay. How would you compare how you were when you first started to who you are now? The growth, the evolution of Coco.
It's crazy, you know. Like I said, like you start in your mind, and then now I'm like I'm doing an interview, you know, and most people come look at it and think, oh, you still ain't, you know, known, or you still, you know, ain't blown up. But that's progress within itself. You
Yeah.
know, like you told yourself you wanted to do something, you did it. So that's how I look at it, and I'm just trying to. I just want to keep telling myself that and keep accomplishing like these goals that I have for myself, and hopefully they'll, you know, get to a point to where more people will know about me. But you know, I'm very happy with where I am right now, so I'm happy to be here. I'm glad you know, want to even interview me. So
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
So if you want to go ahead and tell the viewers where they can check out your music or any accounts that they could follow you on.
Yeah, you can check my music out on SoundCloud for sure. Just type in Coco B music. YouTube, check out I have 3 music videos out. YouTube.com/Coco B music. Also follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Coco B_music. And I think that's all my sites. But yeah, that's where you can find me. Oh yeah, and to check out the EP, Expose. It's on Bandcamp. Totally free, but if you want to donate some dough, you can. So
Go donate.
yeah. Yeah.
So thank you for joining me on my show In the Click today.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It's your girl Coco B, and I want to give a big shout out to In the Click.